Good morning, my dear friends, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on the place where you live. Maybe it is morning, depending on the sunset and the sun rays. I'm Ildephonse SINDAYIGAYA from doctoral school from West Burundi. I'm a PhD candidate in children's rights. Last time we have been talking about the effect that a child, whether before he or she is born, is considered legally as a human being, and it has taken a source in Roman law. And here we have to go on with this context. Why does a child before being born is considered as a human being? We are going to enter in the context to analyze how do Burundi law consider a child before he is born. And we are going to analyze two contexts, the penal way, the penal context, and the social way. How do employers take children before they are born? Let's first see the presentation of the today lesson. You see, I'm Ildephonse SINDAYIGAYA. You see here the name. So the topic of today is, as it is here indicated, is a legal protection of pregnancy, the child before birth in Burundian registration. And my contact, my mobile contact is here displayed, plus 257 79 423 543. And the contact, as you may be, someone may need to contact me in box. Here are my contacts. See, today's lesson is here to be analyzed in the way, well as we consider the topic of today. We are going to enter in the penal code to see how do Burundi penal code consider a child inside the womb of the mother. We are going to enter inside the penal code to see the provision inside this penal code, how a baby still he or she is not yet born, how do Burundian law consider he is. Then we see here at Article 208, paragraph 2, the event when in the context of a crime of torture and a cruel treatment. You see, this context, a child before he or she is born is somehow considered as a human being. It is as the Article 255, paragraph 2. The same way, Burundi Penal Code takes these children as someone special, and when someone is accused of a crime of torturing a baby, because this wife is somehow a vehicle through which this baby inside the womb is moving, then the penal code has a certain consideration. The penal code has a certain consideration to protect the baby inside the womb. It means the author of this crime has to be sentenced of a very severe measure to pay the crime he or she is the author of. It is as the Article 279, paragraph 2, the crime of extortion. The extortion crime considers well as someone takes things pertaining to someone else somehow by force. And when the victim of this crime is a woman, a pregnant woman carrying a baby inside the home, here the penal code also considers that this author hasn't been human when he or she's treating the pregnant woman who's carrying a baby inside the home in the way he's not human, the one he's not kind to treating a woman, a pregnant woman carrying maybe someone inside the home, then the penal code has also to be severe against this man. It is the Article 527 concerning begging. Normally in this penal code, begging is prohibited, but there is a way someone may recruit a wife or a child or a wife to exploit him in begging. Then, since begging is a crime, when then you recruit a wife, a pregnant wife, you use this wife to go for begging, then it is going to be punished. And then you are going to submit a severe, you are going to be punished with the severe pain, with the severe punishment due to the fact that you use a pregnant wife in this begging crime. Finally, in this penal code, we are going to analyze the way when you recruit a wife, a pregnant wife, to you incite him or her to use her in the prostitute way. This way, you are going also to be punished severely for you use a wife, a pregnant wife. You are going to use him or her in the way you incite. You tell woman, you see, life is getting very hard, and you have to be a prostitute. Why then? Because she's somehow feeble. She's feeble carrying a child inside the womb. She's going to admit, she's going to agree, maybe unwillingly to play harlotry. When then you play, she plays harlot to gain life, and you incite, you tell her to do so. You are going to be punished severely. And here you see this penal code had a certain consideration towards a pregnant wife. Someone who's accused of such a crime of inciting a woman or using a woman in a criminal way, he's going to be punished severely according to this penal code, this Burundian penal code. And then I admonish you not to commit such crimes against a woman. For if a woman is a victim of such crimes, are going to be punished severely. You are going to also enter the way governing work domain. You are going also to see inside the core the law concerning the social domain, to mean the way the law concerning how employers have to treat with wives on their job, how they have to conduct themselves. You see the law number 1, no, not this. Yeah, this law revising the labor code. She also takes into account a wife carrying a baby inside the womb. At Article 109, it deals with the possibility for a wife to go to the rib. When a woman gets a certificate from a physician confirming that this woman is pregnant, it is no longer her duty to go on the job. She's in the right to cease from working, and there is no way to oblige this woman to proceed by telling the employer, I'm going to cease the job. No, the only the possession of the certificate noticing that the woman is pregnant is enough. It is sufficient to let her go to the leave. The Article 110 here, this article tells the impossibility for the employer to polish off the job. If a woman goes to the leave, she's free, and the employer has to go on with the contract without any possibility to give a term to this contract. No, it is impossible. If you are an employer and you seize the job because the wife goes to the leave, make sure you are going to be punished according to the law. You are not legally, you are not according to the law by giving a term to the contract because a wife you used in your plans, in your business, because she went to the leave and you plan to give a term to this job. It is not legally. It is also the Article 111. This Article 111 tells about some advantages. Normally, when someone works at a certain place, she or he benefits from some advantages. And then when a wife goes to the leave, she's in the right to benefit, to go on benefiting every advantage she was accustomed to. She was used to receiving maybe a salary. Her wage has to go on, and even when it comes that the employer gives some advantages, some circumstantial advantages to his or her employees, she or the employer then has to take into account the woman who went in the leave. Here now finishing today's lesson, and I summon you to go on with these teachings. We are going to see further the medical treatment according to Burundian law. How does the Burundian law consider in the way of health? When a child is inside the home, how do Burundian, maybe in practice or in legislation, does Burundi consider the child inside the home? I'm going to finish by here today's lesson, and we'll meet you later. Thank you so much for following up this lesson, and I call you maybe to subscribe to this channel, Denoting Children's Life, and maybe you have to share to others to know everything inside Burundian law, everything inside the international instruments according to denoting children's rights. Thank you very much. See you later.